From humble beginnings as a delivery driver to multi-million-dollar business mogul. That's the goal. It's working our way up from the bottom. That's where we want to be, guys. And that's what we're on about now in Big Ambitions. This is episode 2 for the 0.9 update. Hope you guys are having a great day today. See, I'm trying to role play this a bit, and you know, I've been a delivery driver now for about 7 days. Got myself a nice little bank here. Kind of worked my way up here. All right. And I can tell you that you can actually get parking violations with the city of New York while you're doing deliveries, okay? Because there's a spot on Broadway where no cars are allowed. You can't drive in there. You have to walk in there. And if you're not paying attention of when you left your car and where you left your car, it will be illegal. And the city of New York will text you about your parking violation and charge you $125. Yuck. So yeah, I did get a parking. I did have one parking violation. So I've stretched the limits. Basically how it works is if the vehicle is off the camera, if you're far enough away to where the vehicle's off the camera, then you can be ticketed. Pretty much. So you want to get your van as close to your destination as possible, regardless of where you park. You just want your van to be as close to the destination as possible, and then you won't have to worry about parking fees. Okay, so my character's about to be pretty tired. I got kind of an awkward schedule here because, you see, I kind of work in the very early mornings, which gives me my afternoons free, and that's what I've decided to do. Because I don't want to be a delivery guy for the rest of my life. All right? I want to be somebody. All right? I want to make something of myself. All right? I'm going to take over this town. And in order to do that, though, I don't know. I don't even know where to start. Like, where do I even start doing that? So I've decided that I'm going to do a morning delivery, maybe like around, let's say, I'll start right bright and early, 12:15 a.m. We're going to do some morning deliveries. And then I got to learn this stuff, man. I mean, I don't know where to start. So I think there's a college in town. I'm going to go ahead and get myself edumacated and learn how this stuff works, right? I think that's the best way to go about it. So I got $4,000 after the parking violation. And, full food, full energy, time to start my day. And so that's the next step. Is school. And so I'm going to do one set of deliveries. If there's time, I can do a second one. It's kind of one of the reasons why I live over here is so I'm pretty close to these two delivery trucks right here. They pay pretty well. This one here pays the best in the city, at least so far anyway. I haven't done any delivery routes in Industry City yet, but it's possible that those pay better. But that's the goal today. I don't want to be delivery boy forever. No. We're going to start a business today. But I got to figure out how to do that. So, I've got to go to get myself an education at school. Manhattan Business School, if I remember correctly, is about here. No, here? It's over here somewhere. It's on 5th Street, 5th Avenue, I thought. Maybe it's on 4th. It's where's Elgato? All right, there's Elgato. Manhattan Business School is right here. Yeah. So there you go. That's where we got to go. But it doesn't open until 5 hours, 6 a.m. So we're going to do deliveries until 6 a.m. All right. There you go. That's the plan. Also, I just noticed that both of my destinations here in this delivery route, they're both the same distance apart. And I thought that was odd until I noticed that the address is exactly the same too. So we're literally just dropping off all of these things to the same destination. I'm wondering if I'm going to get a good tip for that. I'm not sure. Get out of his way. All right. So let's go ahead and drop this off, and I just load up everything. And does it do it all in one delivery, or yeah? And then there it is. Cool. That's the first time I've seen that happen. But I guess if you do enough deliveries, that it can happen eventually. All right. Sweet. That was actually pretty fast since they were a combined destination. So it is going to be 3 a.m. right now. I don't think I have enough time for another delivery route. Maybe if I take the subway over to Ica, I could do that. Or Ica. I think it pronounces it Ica. in the game. I've heard commercials and stuff say Ica, I think. So that's interesting. I'm probably just going to keep calling it Ica because, I mean, it's modeling after IKEA, right? Maybe they call it IKEA. Do they call it IKEA? Am I been saying it wrong? You know, I've been saying a lot of things wrong for a long time. Everybody just loves to jump in my comments and tell me how my grammar sucks. But I'm gonna keep calling it Ica, even though it sounds like it's Ica. Yeah. All right. Cool. Good conversation. I got nothing else to show. I do my deliveries this early in the morning though. It's really nice because there's a lot less cars, a lot less traffic to deal with, and I just get it done and over with, and then I can have a snack, a coffee or whatever, and then go and do whatever I was doing. So the deliveries in the early morning are going to be really nice to have. I might continue it. I mean, obviously once we get a business, I won't need to bother with this anymore, but you know, in the beginning anyway, I'm going to need capital to put into inventory and such. And then there's going to be times where, you know, my business is closed. I could just go home, but maybe I got time for a delivery, you know, for a nostalgia's sake, for old times. I don't know. Probably not. We're going to go do this one. And then we'll take the subway over to the school. In fact, you know, I'm thinking I might be able to even go to the school while I have this van. That would be cool to find out. Also, this is interesting. This lane terminates into the sidewalk, so it's always vacant. You can always turn there. As a pro tip, it's the opposite way. Like you're going the wrong way on that street, but there's never a car there because that lane terminates into the sidewalk. I'm always trying to experiment with what the new update's gonna let me do, all right? Clearly, I'm not allowed to get myself a bed and refrigerator and stuff and put it inside this van. I basically can't put anything in this van that didn't come in the van already, right? That's the rule. Well, the Manhattan Business School is just down here, and it's opened at 6 a.m. And, I mean, that doesn't require me to interact with the van. So I should be able to just drive this over towards the school. And provided I have a legal parking spot, it should be all right. Guess we'll just park a little bit further down the street because it's easier. But this is a free parking spot, right? And so, and my home is back over where this van goes. So it's kind of how I'm trying to do it, is just use these delivery vans as a cheap mode of transportation after doing deliveries. So will it let me do classes while there's a pending delivery driver job? Let's find out. I have $4,500. I don't have a lot of energy, but I've got some, and it looks like it'll let me do it. So I want to go as far as I can. 10 hours of study would make me so tired. Let's see if it lets me do this. We're going to skip time. We're going to go fast forward. We're going to study for a while. That's it. Done. Too exhausted. Insufficient energy. Oh boy. But we got a lot of studying done today. All right. Took ourselves right to our limits. All right. But I have, you know what I can do here? Hang on. Let's just rest for a little bit here. Just a little bit on this park bench. Because this school is going to stay open for a while. Right? This school stays open for how long? I can't. Map. Here we go. This school is open until 8 o'clock. So I can get another 2 hours of study in if I just, you know, sleep on this park bench for a little bit. Wow, that didn't give me hardly anything, did it? Yeah, it doesn't give me enough to do that, so never mind. So we're just gonna get enough energy to where we can get home and not have to worry about it. But that's a long day of study. All right, that's nice. And I'm, you know, depressed again because I slept on a park bench. We want to learn what we're supposed to do, right? Now, again, this is a role play thing. You don't have to do this. I could have started a business already. First day I had money. I could have went out. I probably gotten a loan. I don't know if the game would actually allow me to get a loan without the job, because at least in the past anyway, you had to have employment. You had to have that job at Elgato. But I mean, I could have went ahead and got the job and then immediately got the loan. It would have let me do that. Okay, we're trying to role play a different sort of thing here. And one of the things that goes with that role play is the idea that I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start a business, and I need to learn how to do that, because if I talk to the bank right now, I'm gonna have no history proving that I can even accomplish something, and I don't know how to form, you know, on paper, a proper business plan. So why are these guys going to give me money? I don't even have a business plan, right? So part of going to school, part of taking these courses is to understand how those things work so I can speak the lingo and I can formulate a proper business plan that would get me the loan. That's where I'm going with this anyway. All right, it's my final delivery. And you can see my mood is in a really bad place. I'm not very happy at all. A lot of that has to do with the fact that you can't, at least the park anyway, doesn't give me any happiness while I'm in this van, while I have this open. It's not letting me get that bonus, which I guess it is what it is. It's fine. We're already on 4th Avenue. Let's go towards the college. We have a debuff on us right now, though, because it's raining. So I watched some television before I left this morning, and that's going to expire in 2 hours. And thankfully, the wet debuff is going to also expire in 2 hours. So I'll be left with positive revenue. At least I won't be absolutely depressed. This is the business school here. Why don't we try to I was going to try to parallel park here, but maybe I can get away with this little front spot here. Let's get right up in here. I want to be legal because I'm going to have the van is going to be out of vision. There we go. All right. So barely legal. Sorry about that guy in the truck. And we're going to walk into business school and we're going to complete our HR, basic HR, which is good. We got to learn how all that stuff works, but I don't think it's really enough to give us like a solid fundamental about how to formulate a good business plan and, viable for the bank to give us a loan with our history. However, we've now unlocked another course on market demands. Now, we might be a bit more educated on how to form a business idea if we understand how market demands work. So why don't we put, let's say, if it'll give me if I can do 4.5 hours, I'll actually be surprised. But am I paying for the whole hour even if I go half an hour? You know what? We're going to go all the way to 5 hours and we'll see about that. We're going to pay for 5 hours. It's $80 an hour for this education. And we'll see whether or not I can actually make it the full 5. Yeah, I did. I'm very hungry now, but I got that done. So we got 5 hours of market demands education now, and we're going to get hit really hard with the wet. Okay, good. It didn't get wet. All right, to the school. And we should be able to wrap things up here. I have 3 hours, 43 minutes remaining of class at this point, so I should be able to go like this. And we're going to complete our studies. Market demands. Done. Okay, then. So the next class available is to learn about headquarters and such, which that is not necessary to get really going on our stuff here. I can't really talk to any of these guys, right? Just making sure that hasn't changed. Product manufacturing class. All right, here it is. Yeah. So product manufacturing is $200 an hour. You need 24 hours of training for that. Okay. And then over here, office businesses. All right, cool. So it looks to me like we are pretty much ready to go for a small business at this point. We can't do like a major business with a headquarters and anything like that, multiple branches and all that stuff. We can't quite do that, but we can get started actually making money with a business of our own now. So now that I've got this education, let's do a couple of things. It is technically possible to get a loan today. I think it is possible to get a loan today. It would be right here. Jensen Capital. That's 2 hours until it closes. So we can get there. Now we don't have a vehicle yet. Let's just park this. Needed to be legally parked for the sake of not getting a ticket. Ugh. Good enough. Stop. Good enough. All right. We're going to go over to Jensen Capital really quick. And we're going to talk to him about a loan that we might want to do here. Hi. Yes. I'd like a new loan, please. I'm not sure how much you're going to let me have. The daily interest is 20% because of course it is. So that's insane. But how about can we start with 50,000? How about $60,000? Would you give me that? Unfortunately, we're not able to handle it. So more than 40,000 per client. Combining your existing activities, our bank with the requested amount will exceed this threshold. I get it. So $40,000 is what I'm allowed to have. Well, in that case, let's do $40,000. My daily loan payment here then is going to be $210. That is less than what I make with the delivery job in the morning. So I can do the delivery job in the morning and then do everything for my business throughout the rest of the day. And as long as I've done one delivery, I've paid for my loan before my business is operational, up and running. And I think that is a good way to do it. So we'll go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. Can't give it to you with your current economy. So it looks to me like I have to have... they still will refuse me. See? So it looks like I have to have the Elgato job in order for them to allow me to have this. I have to have it. That sucks. But tell you what happens if I do that? If I go over here really quick and take this job, now that I have the job, let me go get the loan and then quit the job. Let's do that. Let's see if that works. Hi there, sir. Yeah, I'm back. So I got a job. I know, just now. It's crazy. I haven't worked yet, but I'd love money. I love money. No? Still won't let me have it. Maybe I have to actually work the job a day? Man, that sucks. So I feel like the delivery job, right? It doesn't give you that credential. It doesn't give you that whole, like, yeah, he has a stable income. We can loan him money. It doesn't give you that. So I'm going to have to work at Elgato. And, you know, tomorrow is the day off on that schedule, I guess. It's a hard life working in New York, in this gig economy, right? The banks just won't take you seriously. Okay, this is the last stop of my deliveries for this morning. Here we go. And we're going to go ahead and put this cart back in the truck and then back the truck up. But the thing is, we have to get to work now. Yeah, Elgato is a thing that we have to respond to now in order to get a loan. So Elgato happens to be right here. My deliveries happened like right next to it, which is cool. So what I'm going to do is reverse this truck really quick, this van really quick. We're just going to put this vehicle right here. We're going to park it right here. And that's free and legal and all that. So that's good. And then we will go to work at Elgato today. And perhaps that will give the bank confidence in our ability to, you know, I don't know, be independent or whatever. Let's go about, like, say there. So 7:47, that's when we're going to wake up. Right enough time to get enough energy. And we will begin our shift at Elgato Foods at 8 a.m., unfortunately. There we go. We're just going to go ahead and say start working. I'm going to put on this gaudy green shirt. Ugh. See, now this job is just soul sucking, okay, compared to the delivery driving job, right? But I can just click a button and it's done. But like, you don't make a whole lot of money compared to deliveries. I made $200 the whole day working there, and I have to now buy some food anyway. So I guess that's okay, because I got to buy groceries anyway to, you know, bring it back to the apartment. So now I got to spend 113 of the $200 I just made refreshing my grocery supply. I'm waiting in a queue with nobody. That's where I was waiting in the queue. Oh, there. Oh, yeah, sure. Were you on break? Sure. Just when I was trying to eat. No big deal. We'll just eat that now, I guess. Okay, so with a whole bunch of groceries in my hand, I probably cannot drive this, and I probably cannot go get a loan. I'm going to guess that that's a thing. So, and I can't sleep. Of course, I'm going to have to go to the subway. This is a drag. We need to get ourselves a car. I need to go to the subway and click it. There it is. Drop off the groceries, then ride the subway back. Talk to Jensen Capital before they close, because I can't talk to them with groceries in my hand either. So that sucks. 5 p.m. I may not make it back in time, and I'm super tired. Yeah, that was gonna happen. So yeah, so I'm not gonna be able to talk to Jensen Capital today because the work at Elgato just sucked the life out of me. Okay, it's crazy. Elgato is not a pet store. I love that. It's great. It is not a pet store. So what kind of business are we going to open? Well, it's all about market demand, right? That's what we learned. It's all about market demand. You know, character's not necessarily passionate about anything. Just want to, there we go. just want to, you know, make a good amount of cash so that we have enough money to do the things that we're passionate about, right? That's kind of how that's going to work. So I have to go back and get that van and bring it back. So I'm just going to sleep like a full 8 hours, bring myself to like maybe 2:22 a.m. It's a little bit of waste of the food because I ate groceries and you know, I ate the fresh food and now I'm like half done with it there. But now I need to go back to the subway to go get the van. Now, I know there are scooters. I'm going to get this comment. I know it. Like, I know there are scooters and I could be riding those instead of walking. I get it. But that costs $20 and I need to drive the van anyway, right? The van needs to be returned in order for me to get paid. I can't drive the van and the scooter. Both of those things are not able to happen at the same time. So that's where the van is. So I'm just going to have to go this way, go all the way over and get my vehicle again, bring it all the way back to my house. It's a pain. I would rather just do delivery jobs. But hopefully we don't have to do Elgato anymore, because hopefully one day working at Elgato Food Market is enough for the lender to say that I'm a safe bet. All right. Oh, yeah. This guy worked at a grocery store for all of 6 hours yesterday, so we can trust him with $40,000. Yeah, that's right. We can trust him with this. That's what I need them to believe. All right, just finished another delivery route, and I am going to be late for work. Elgato, I'm coming. It's right here. Just got to park this van. It's got to be close enough. Get out. No! Received a message from Jose Hernandez. I'm late. He sent me a message very fast too, didn't he? We'll just skip through time here. We'll get the $200, I guess, and we'll see if 2 days working at Elgato is enough anyway. So onwards we go. We're gonna walk across the street. That's where Jensen Capital is. We're gonna ignore that text message from our boss because honestly, we're gonna quit anyway. As soon as Jensen Capital gets me money. What? You're closed? It's Sunday. Oh, it's always Sunday. I'm gonna do that so many times. All right, let's read this angry text message from our... Yeah. Where the hell are you? Your working hours. Consider this a warning. Yeah, I don't like this guy. He's working me to the bone already. All right, well, I mean, again, I did my morning delivery anyway. At this point, I might have enough money to start the business without a loan. You might think so, but it's very expensive to start a business. Everything's been rebalanced. For example, a cash register is $900. The counter's $400. The shelves that you stock your stuff on is $1,200. And then, like, at that point, the cleaner thing's $100 too. So you're already in like $2,600, and that's before you even decide what kind of store you want, before you even decide what kind of shelving you need, and then order the products, which you're going to need to order in bulk, unless you, unless you choose like a food industry or something, right? Like, I'm probably gonna have to do a food industry of some kind to start out. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Depends on market demands and stuff, right? But this is, right? It's expensive. So to do it without a loan, I'm gonna be out all my money, and I won't even have any products to sell yet, unless I go to, like I said, unless I go to something really cheap, like hot dogs or something, which I was looking at earlier. And I'm thinking about opening up a hot dog place, just a place that sells hot dogs, for now, and then I can expand my product offerings, but just selling hot dogs in the park of Industry City. So if I just go all the way over to Industry City right here, I might start my very first business in Industry City. That'd be a little weird, but maybe it's different than a lot of people play. See this park? Looks really cool, right? There's all sorts of cool, fun activities that people could do here. Well, there's also places for rent around here. And there are some places that have decent ratings, like this one here, for example. And I could just, like, right across from the park, I could open up a hot dog place right here. It wouldn't be super expensive, but it's going to take almost all my money just for the initial payment to get this building. It's very expensive. 50 traffic score. This is a very small place. It only has a 10 people. I need $10,000 to just get this, right? I need 10 grand to start. And this is a place with a 50 traffic score. It's very good. It's very high demand that way, but it's a very small place, right? We're talking square footage here, incredibly tiny. So it's not like I'm gonna, let's try this one here. What's this one? This one is 13. This is a warehouse though. Oh, it's because it's an office. Okay, I want a retail place. That's why. That's why. Okay, I actually thought that was more expensive than I expected. This is much more reasonable. Okay, much more reasonable. That was an office. This is closer to what I figured. So I'm in $2,500 just grabbing this place. That's again tiny, 15 customer capacity. $2,500 is a lot. So I want to have like a 30 customer capacity for my first store. I would like at least 30 on there. Yep, like this. But that's a very low traffic rating. Probably this one is what I would do. This one looks pretty good. It's owned by Kathleen Hoover. That's pretty important because I don't want to be, subjected to the whims of my ultimate rivals, which if I look at like this one here, this is owned by Ingrid. Remember Ingrid? If you've seen this series before, you know Ingrid. Yeah. So that's our like main competition in the garment district. So this one here is 30 customer capacity. We're looking at 46 traffic score, which is pretty good. I don't even have enough money to start the initial payment. Just to get in the building, I can't even get the building. So it's expensive, right? You gotta have a loan. You pretty much gotta have a loan. Otherwise you're just not gonna be able to start it. Unless you want to be a delivery driver for 12 play hour 10 hours of gameplay before you get into it, which I do not, by the way, want to do that. I've played a lot already. I feel like I'm in day 14, 2 weeks in game I've played through already as a delivery driver. Just it's a humble beginning. This is what you'd expect in the real life for starting out in a new place or whatever. This is about what you could expect, I think. So yeah, you gotta get a mundane job that you don't necessarily like, or doing things for other people for a long time. I am depressed. Why is my guy so depressed? Because he works at Elgato Foods, of course. It's Monday though. I'm gonna be able to get a loan here. I think I'm gonna watch television for about 2.5 hours. That'll make me happy. But I didn't do my deliveries this morning, so my $7,000 is what I have. I did not do any deliveries, so I'm my job is Elgato, and at this point, because I'm not driving the delivery van, I could go get a scooter. It would allow me to just move around a little bit. It's $20, and I could get around the town all day today with it, which is neat. We could definitely do that. I think I'd rather just go and do it. I'd rather get the delivery truck, to be honest. But I'll go ahead and take a scooter because it is objectively faster than what we were doing before. It is 6 o'clock. I do need to get to work. I might as well take the... Oh my gosh. I might as well take the work day. Here we go. I can be on the sidewalk, right, with a scooter? I think that's actually totally legal to be on the sidewalk with a scooter. Absolutely. Even a motorized one. All right, we'll park the scooter right here in front of Elgato Foods. And then just to get a little bit of my energy back, we'll rest until, yeah, about 7:43. Sounds good. Rest for about 20 minutes. Not going to do a whole lot for me, but it's something. And then we will start our shift again. The mundane shifts that we're doing here. Here we go. Start this. Skip the time ahead to the end of our shift. And now that it's Monday, we can then go talk to Jensen Capital. This is what I intended to do before. Real quick, though, just so I can not like have all of my energy die immediately. Let's go ahead and grab some food really quick, eat that, and now I'm good to go. All right. So my scooter gone, but I bought this for the day. I guess it just despawned. Probably some punk kid took it because it was just sitting there, already prepaid time. Some kid probably took my scooter. Well, congratulations, kid. All right. Look, I've held a steady job for all of 3 days. All right. I got $7,200 in the bank. I would like a loan, please. All right, let's go. 40,000. Confirm. I'm afraid that's more than I can offer you. With your current economy, we won't be able to lend you more than a total of $4,731. $4,000. That's all they're willing to give me. To start my business, you guys, I think it's hot dog time. I gotta get something really cheap here. Yeah, I think this bank is just saying, F you, man, is what this bank is saying. They do not care to rent. They do not care to lend to me. All right, fine. Tell you what, give me the $4,700 at your 20% interest rate. Thank you. All right, good. It's it's shit. It's absolute garbage what I was just offered there. So okay, with $4,700, what are we gonna do with it? Right, we're gonna have to, I mean, obviously we've got almost $12,000 right now, and we're paying interest on it immediately. So what are we doing with it? I think we need to decide where we're gonna do the business, and we're gonna decide what we're gonna do, business with. So let's take a quick second here and just kind of look at the Market Insider. So the Market Insider screen, if you haven't seen it before, if you're new to this game, we're gonna spend a lot of time here because it tells you the breakdown of everything going on, market demands for all these products, right? And so what we're looking at now is the garment district, which is where we're currently, positioned. And there's like these different areas. There's different demands for different types of people. Different types of people live in higher concentrations or lower concentrations depending on where you are in the city. So for the garment district, this is the cheapest place. This is the place that pretty much everybody would start. You don't necessarily have to start here, but this is kind of the place where most people start. And he's typically the weakest rival. However, Ingrid is okay. She was above Jessica, and Jessica's just moved up her, so never mind. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in order of demand so we can see what's at the top. And right now I see novel, youth novel, so bookstore stuff, right? Okay, we have bottles of wine, cigars, packs of cigarettes. Okay, motivational books, picture books, technical manuals. So 6 of the top 8, or top 9, yes, whatever, 6 of the top 10 are books, and there's only one business to compete with. It's probably Ingrid's. So I guess the real thing here is that viable for us to start a bookstore? Because there's a huge demand for it. I think clothing is probably less. Clothing is going to be hard too. The thing about books is that I have to import them from an importer. I can't go to the wholesaler store. I can't just drive a van in and load up on books. I can't do that. I have to import them from the importer, and that means big orders. So I probably can't afford this. Even though the demand for this is high, I probably can't afford this. Where are like food items? And I don't like starting with that, but it might be just required here. Limited edition book is here too. Clothing is possible. I think I'm not entirely sure where I would buy it with the new economy. Where I would buy it, it's not going to be available in like different wholesalers and stuff. You kind of want to stick to wholesalers here mostly. So food items, we start with croissant and hot dogs are at 72%. If I go to Industry City, though, I was seeing this earlier, and I don't know if it still is. It is. Hot dog is at 100% demand in Industry City because there are no providers of that product. It's like just nobody selling hot dogs, which I think is kind of funny. Because of all the things that are in high demand here, it's all expensive stuff. Hot dog just sits in here as nobody selling it. So I was thinking about doing that too. But let's maybe stick to the garment district if we can. And I'm looking for what's viable here. And I'm kind of thinking we have to stick with food again. I don't like that, but like the hot dog machines and like all that stuff is incredibly expensive. I can't afford much. I really can't afford hardly anything, which is kind of why I want to open up my hot dog stand. We could treat it like it's a food truck. We're just going to operate a food truck in the park of Industry City. We could kind of treat it like that and see if that's something that we can do. Because again, there's nobody doing it. So I think yeah. So if I was going to do that, how much would it cost me? So if I come all the way down here, we find these little places on the edge, right? Over by where the park is, right? So this is kind of where I was looking as my first place. This one's pretty good too. This one here would cost me $6,400 just to get in the building. It's $102 a day in rent. This one here, $101, $6,400. It's basically the same. And their stats are essentially identical as well. It's 49 traffic score and a 50 traffic score. So, I mean, we might as well go and get this one. And it's right there on the corner. People can go and do their thing, have fun in the park, and then come get a hot dog at my hot dog stand. I don't know if that's a viable first business, but I mean, I learned about it in school, right? I learned about this from the Manhattan Business School, that market demand, and I was learning about, how if there's just nobody doing something, it's either a terrible idea and that's why nobody's doing it, or it's an opportunity. And boy, I have this foolish optimism that a hot dog stand in Industry City, all these people working in the industries, they're going to want hot dogs, and I can provide. And now, are there wholesalers in this area? Wholesalers. Are there wholesalers in Industry City? I do. There is one over here. Okay. Titans of Industry Supply is going to be in here too, and they are most likely going to sell hot dogs. How much do they sell hot dogs for? I can buy 300 hot dogs for $2,680. Okay. I mean, I can get into it. There's the entry is possible at least. Hair care products are there. I mean, I can also go into service industry stuff, but that's also quite expensive too. And I don't even know if that's even viable to do in the garment district. Service industry stuff probably isn't viable there right now because that stuff is usually taken up. So nightclub stuff is all right. The nightclub charge is there. I'm kind of curious on. There's the coat check fee too. I could open up a nightclub thing. That's got a very high startup cost though, and I was only loaned $4,700. So I got to work with what I got, and what I got, I think, are hot dogs. Yeah, I think we're gonna go hot dogs in Industry City as our first business. It seems real weird, but the positive with this though is I don't have any like competition. Like I don't have to deal with Ingrid or anything like that in Industry City. As far as I'm aware, no new rivals were added for Industry City. So I'm looking through the list of rivals. I don't see any that you can clearly tell ones that are just generated in the game versus the ones that are like the core rivals because their pictures are so much higher quality, right? So like these guys are your main rivals in the game, and then you have the generated ones that are just sort of the generic ones here. Apparently, I'm already ahead of Joe Serta. He's already defeated. Look at this guy. He's just retired early. 27 years old. He's just decided he's done. I've made enough, man. I think he was just in severe debt. I mean, he spent most of his time just, in pretty bad debt. So, this guy's not making much either. So, yeah, I can definitely climb the charts here. Hot dog stand, right? I think so. Industry City hot dog stand is what we're going to do. It's not really a stand. I know it's a store. And it'll probably become a retail store, but we're going to pretend that it's a food truck sitting right here. I don't know how you can actually pretend that. It's just quite the imagination to pretend that, but we can go with that. So I think that's where I'm going to be because as far as my income goes, that's what I got. So I can operate this during the day, take a quick nap, run a delivery, and then do it again, right? And I just use the delivery money to pay for the inventory, build up to where I now have burgers and then have fries and then I have whatever. That's an idea as well. The only other thing that I can think of that would be a better idea for a less traditional start, because I'm trying to do a less traditional start. I know food is traditional, but like doing it in Industry City is new. But would be a bookstore. Would be the only way to do it. But I simply need more capital to make that happen. You need to be able to buy the books, and the books are only available from the importers at the water. And I just can't afford to work with them yet. I don't have warehouses, for example, of my own. So I'm not there yet. So I can't do the bookstore yet. So hot dog stand in Industry City is the business we're going to go with. So let's say step one on that is going to be getting our appliances in order, right? So if we take a look at our appliance store, we can see kind of how much money we're going to need. There's the $900 cash register and a cleaning station. We'll need both of these things. We're going to need a cabinet to put the cash register on. And then probably a couple of cabinets, honestly, because the hot dog grill is $2,200. Yuck! We're going to need like two of those probably. So we'll get two of these. That's $4,400. I have to know how much money I have left after I get the place. Yeah. So I guess we'll go get the place. How much is that to get in there? How much money will I have left? I will have not a lot. I will have not a lot. That's what I will have. Done. I have 5608 left here. We're going to start a new business, and it is going to be a fast food restaurant, unfortunately. I know it's not it's just hot dogs right now. And the business's name is going to be Industry Dogs. Industry Dogs. That's it. It's very on the nose. Okay. Industry Dogs is it's the most basic business ever to start things off, and I can do the delivery thing on the side while I build myself up to a full-time hot dog salesman. Okay. So first thing we need, of course, we're going to need paper bags, and we're also going to need everything else that goes with that kind of business. So we're going to come over here. I don't have a truck or anything either, so that's why I needed the wholesaler to be very close. I wanted it to be in here so that I could potentially use the carts and the subway system and stuff a little bit more efficiently. Speaking of which, where is the subway station? There's one there. And there's one here. Okay, that's pretty good, actually. So I could just take the subway here with the cart and bring things with the subway. I don't need a car yet, so that'll work out pretty well. So where I'm trying to find is where I am currently, which is right over here. I don't really think I need the Manhattan Business School highlighted anymore, so I can probably go ahead and get rid of that. And in here, we're going to want to buy what? We don't have a lot of time, so I need to make sure I'm maximizing my time here. So I want to say cash register, cleaning station, cabinet with doors. That's 3 things. We're going to need the shelf. That's 4 things. Then there is the hot dog grill, and I'll probably need 2 of them. So we'll go 6. Why would we need 2? Because the number of grills you have is... I don't have enough money for that. I only have to do 1. I don't have enough money for 2. So, okay, well, that's it then. That's what we're going to do. That's the game plan. So let's go ahead and do it while we have the money. And I mean, we'll keep our Elgato job for now until they fire me, I guess. But, so this is the hot dog grill right here. We're going to grab one of these. It's $2,200. We're going to get a cabinet. We're going to get a cash register. We're going to get a shelf. We are hurting. We are really hurting right now. And then we're going to get a cleaning station. So to the absolute basics, before we even get any inventory, is $48.70. And this is before any inventory at all. Is this all I need, though? Let me just see really quick. Is there anything else in this store I should buy? Salad bar. Signs are not important. Drinks fridge is probably something I'm going to want. $8.75. I can technically afford it. I cannot afford it. Yeah, I can't afford it, unfortunately. I'm going to have to do... as is, I'm still going to have to do some deliveries before the rent and stuff is due. So, yes, I won't be able to afford that. So we're going to buy what we can afford, which is that. And then we're going to take the subway with this cart over to the park in Industry City, and that will help us set it up. So it's $3 a ride, thankfully, for this, regardless of where you go. So that's an incredibly long distance. First time I've taken the subway all the way to Industry City. But this is definitely different than my last starts, not just because of, you know, establishing ourselves first in an entirely new town, but doing so with basically no money. I mean, I have to pay the payment on the loan, my rent, and the building rent. I have to do all of that, so that's why I've got to keep, you know, several $100s in my account. And then, I mean, I'm almost out of energy already, so I got to get home, sleep, do deliveries, right? If the delivery job didn't exist, that would be tough. But now that I've gotten a little bit of a loan, I can establish this business, build this up, and then that can be my credit worthiness for additional loans in the future. I don't think I need Elgato. And in fact, I'm pretty certain, so much so that I'm going to actually go ahead and quit the job now. I don't need it. I'm going to finance all of this through deliveries because it's just, I make way more money doing that. And it's a nice, pleasant area. And every time I go to visit this with a subway, I'm instantly in a park where I can be happy. So that's neat, too. I like that. Yeah, I'm about to run out of energy, but for now, I'm happy. Let's drop this stuff off, and maybe I can just go sleep on the park bench. I've got plenty of food, actually, so if I can just sleep, that'd be good. Here's Industry Dogs. All right, now the new thing that they've done also is this is a storage room. We got that. That's not new. But bathrooms. Bathrooms are a thing now, and they matter. So people will have a negative experience if there's no place to go to the bathroom. That's a negative. That's going to be a negative thing. So that's unfortunate, but we're going to have to deal with that too. I'm just going to place you here. Cash register, I'll just place here. Cleaning station will go in here, I guess. There we go. And the hot dog grill. Well, I'm going to need another countertop for that. So for now, the hot dog grill goes here. And then that's it. We'll just park this cart and that's it. So this business is not going to be open. It's going to be closed for quite a while before we actually do anything with it. I'm going to be paying interest on that for a while. Probably could have gotten away with just buying the stuff before renting the building, but I didn't want to take a risk on the building no longer being available later. You know what I mean? So, okay, delivery routes are done for this morning. It is 9 o'clock in the morning now, and managed to get it up to 42.51 after some damages. And I think we're about ready to start this business. It's Thursday, day 18, and I'm not actually technically not employed. I have debt that's equivalent to about my cash, and I don't have a option. I don't have a functional business yet, so it's certainly a slower start. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get the. I need an extra counter right now, and I need some paper bags, and of course the hot dogs. And at that point, I can actually have a functional business. It can operate. It can work. I don't know whether I'll make more money per day operating that, or I would make more money delivering. I am going to get. Let's try this out. Let's go. I need to go and get some stuff from appliances. Yeah, let's go back here. So I need an appliance, but I also need the supply. So it's kind of all over the place. I'm thinking I can take a cart from another store over to the wholesaler. So I'll ride the subway all the way to the wholesaler, and that's where I'm going to grab the hot dogs. Hopefully I have enough money to do that because money is tight. 42.48. Let's grab a cart. We're going to go. I need another counter. And I think that's kind of it that I need for this. I mean, I'd love to get another hot dog grill because it would make my customer capacity go up when I do get it, but I need customers now. I had this store over here that I'm paying rent on for the last 3 days that I have not produced any product with. I haven't produced anything with it. I think I am going to go ahead and get this drinks fridge though, at the risk of not having enough money for product later. I'm going to get the drinks fridge because, you know, hot dogs and soda. Okay, you got to have a beverage. You just got to do that. All right, so we're going to take the subway now over to a wholesaler. I don't think it really matters which one. As long I'm going to pick one that's the closest to a subway station. That's pretty good. Let me just get. Oh, I can't see. Well, this wholesaler over here, if I remember correctly, was pretty good. Is this a wholesaler? Yeah, this is the wholesaler. This is kind of farther away though. So I think we're just going to go over to this other wholesaler down here because we know that this wholesaler is good and it's fairly close. Still $3, but whatever. And we need to get paper bags. Definitely need that. And then we're going to need soda and, of course, the hot dogs. And I think that's kind of it. Once we get those things, we're going to be good to go. And I'm pretty sure I can bring this cart through traffic. I'm pretty sure I can bring this cart into the store. Just load it up with everything on the same cart is what I'm hoping I can do here. So let's just kind of run right over here. 2,900 is all I have left. Now these stores have definitely had a new design. No, the hot dogs are 2,400 for 300 of them. Oh, I'm not gonna have enough, guys. I'm not gonna have enough for soda. I don't think. I think I'm gonna be out of soda immediately. Oh, 72. They're only $72 for 120 pieces. I got lucky. Okay, we'll do that. And that's it though. I can't afford anything else, so I'm out of money. Let's go ahead and check that out right over here. Yep. All right, this is, I think, time to open. I could probably just open today. I don't think there's a problem with that. I of course don't have any marketing or anything, and it's in the middle of the day though, right? I do all my deliveries really early in the morning, limit traffic. don't have to deal with as many cars in the morning. And then I can operate my store in the afternoon and evening. Yeah. Where is Industry City? Right over here. So we're going to go into the park, of course. A long subway ride over to the park. Get that park happiness bonus immediately. And then we'll walk ourselves over there. Now, what I don't have in this store... I only have $63. This is bad. What I don't have in this store is a bathroom. And I know that's going to hurt my ratings. I know that's going to hurt basically everything. But at least what I need to be able to do is just have enough cash to pay the bills today. And then after that, I'm going to get an employee, probably 2 of them, hire 2 people to do alternating shifts to manage our hot dog stand. And that's all they're going to do all day is sell hot dogs and soda. And as I do deliveries, I will then funnel new product lines, expand offerings, expand the menu, etc. I'll just keep financing it with that until Jensen Capital says I can have more. I could probably check in with them. It's possible since I have a business now. I have products. Maybe after I have a couple more days of revenue, it's possible they'll give me more money, and that would of course allow me to actually get this thing stable. But for now, I just don't have the cash. They won't give me the money. It's fine. 63 bucks in my pocket, guys, and a giant cart full of, well, hopefully profitable hot dogs and sodas. All right, I'm gonna run out of sodas pretty quickly here, I think, because I only bought what 360 soda cans. It's not gonna last very long. Okay, first thing to do is place the drinks fridge. I'm just gonna place this right here for now. We'll put it right here for now. Doors with cabinets, we're just gonna place that right there, and then the paper bags go into just grab it. Yeah, we're just gonna grab the paper bags, put it in there. There we go. Okay, and then from there we do soda cans. We got those. We're gonna go ahead and stock those. And then the hot dog machine, let's just put these in here. Add into storage. There it is. All right, and then the hot dog machine, we need this off the ground. And we're gonna put this over here for now. All right, so there it is. We got hot dogs on the machine. Cash register has bags, and we have sodas. All right, so my final delivery actually gets me all the way to IKEA, which I suppose is a good thing because that's kind of where tables and stuff are. So as long as my vehicle is legally parked, which looks like there's a rare parking spot available in here, and there's not normally a parking spot here. So we got one right there, which is pretty good. Let's go on in and take a look at tables and chairs in IKEA or IKEA or IKEA, and certainly not those. So what I'm looking for are something more like this. This is a standard table. It's 300 bucks. I think I'm gonna grab 2 of these, and then I need the chairs too. 100 chairs. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like, I mean, we could technically fit 6 chairs per table. But I think I'm going to stick with... Oh, it's full. Well, okay. I guess I'm going to stick with that. Got to make multiple trips. And it's 3... Got to actually check out too, don't I? It's 3:30 in the afternoon. So I should have enough time to come back to where I need to go here. Let's place this order. $2,000 left. That's... I actually, with $2,100 left, I don't have enough to buy the stall. The bathroom stall. If I remember correctly from when I was looking around, where's the thing right in front of me? If I remember correctly when I was looking around, they're $2,200 for the bathroom stalls, which is absurd. It's very expensive. So we'll see. Maybe I misread it, or maybe I don't remember it correctly and it'll be cheaper, but it's the store, the appliance store that's right next to where I live or where I take the delivery routes. It's over here in this area is where the appliance store is for that. Although I think the other one close to Elgato has it as well. I don't remember. All right, with finishing this up, I'm hoping I have just enough money to complete this store now, finally. So we're sitting at just under $3,000 in this store. Essentials, whatever, in this store. I actually don't want this. I want this. We need bathroom stalls and maybe a sink as well. I'm pretty sure that they exist here. Here it is. Okay, so we have liquid soap, the water fountain. Great. Pop modular sinks. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can add them. All right, so this is $850 and these are $2,100. So like, I don't think I can do that. Yeah, it's barely enough to do it. I can't afford soap. Oh my God, I can afford soap. You guys, I have $6 left. Let's do this. Let's do this. $6 remaining. And I have enough with that to complete my store, I think. Now I only have $6. Thankfully, that is enough to get on the train. Yeah, run. It's raining. You gotta run. We're gonna go to the subway now, which is this direction. And I don't think I need to stop by my apartment or anything. No, I could maybe tag up in the skate park to see if I can just get the bonus for happiness really quick. It's not gonna give me much. I think we just go. So let's take half of our remaining funds. And we're gonna go to Industry City right here. Yeah, this one. Travel there. And I'm hoping this means we can open up our store and people will actually come in and buy things. All right, it's been a bit. It's day 23. And I have, I mean, this is the new balance, I think. I don't know, maybe I'm just doing something crazy wrong, but I'm okay with it. I think it should be harder to survive in the city and get started. It really should be. It's a hard thing to do. Start a business and try to make it with nothing. I mean, granted, if we had started with $4,200, that would have been way easier, right? We're starting with zero. So like this is kind of the thing, right? And so, yeah, I'm thinking I like it. It's really tough to get started. It is like I got the maximum loan that they're willing to give me right now. And I'm doing so many delivery jobs. And I got I think a good location. It's over by a big park. It's got a good, organic score for foot traffic. 30 customer capacity for the first store is a bit high, but I mean, I tried to plan for the future there a bit. Okay, so bathroom stall. We put the bathroom stall right over in here. All right. There's a stall. Then we want to place the modular sink. Yes, place this. We're going to place it. Let's put it against this wall like this, I guess. Yeah, okay. And then the hand soap. I don't know where to put that. I'm going to put it on the floor for now. I think I probably need a table or something to go in to go with that, but I don't have it. So, okay, whatever. We'll park this so it's out of the store. And I got chairs, tables, etc. Let's open it up and see. We'll go ahead and work the counter. Yep. And we'll see if people come in now. Well, somebody's going to buy a hot dog. Heck yeah, man. And soda. Thank you very much. I made my first dollar. Mark it down, guys. Tuesday, day 23 at 3:48 p.m. or 3:49, whatever that was. Customer purchases the first product from my own store. Uh-huh. Yep. There we go. And we're closed. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're going to open up a lot longer. Let's keep ourselves open till 9, shall we? Yeah, let's stay open a little bit longer here. Yeah, we're open still, guys. Come on back in. We're open. Come on. You can do it. Come on into my store. There we go. I just need you guys to purchase enough stuff so that I can pay my bills at the end of the day, okay? And I have no idea if you're actually buying enough stuff from me, but, I'm hoping that you are. They're actually sitting on the tables and eating now. It's cool. They're going to use the bathroom now. That's neat. I didn't see what their comments were there. It probably has to do with the floors and walls being really ugly. I probably should leave this on 1x speed just to see what they're saying. They don't leave it up there very long. I'm gonna have to can't find a place to something. Maybe it's like throwing things away, or maybe it's use the restroom because there's already one person in there. I mean, it's a very small place, so there's only one stall right now. Can't find a place. Store's very music. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I still have to do to the store, right? The point is, the most important thing is people are buying things, right? Yes, it's awkwardly quiet in here, I know. The important thing is people are actually spending money in my store, and I can make money now without having to drive around town. All right, I got 100% cleaned up. 100% cleaned up, I can speak. And I ordered a soda and a hot dog from my own register just to kind of keep me in the energy there. So everything is good to go. Is that all the hot dogs I have left? Did I sell out? I think so. I have 100. Okay. It refilled. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I have 117 there and another 100. Okay, I didn't sell out. I sold like 90 something. Which, if I'm not mistaken, should definitely be enough money. Yeah, 90 something should be enough money to pay my bills. So this is exciting because there's no way I can get home and do a delivery before the end of the day. So I guess we'll see what happens here. If I get penalized for not having the money. There it is. There it is. Oh, it feels good, doesn't it? That feels great because this is more inventory for me later. All right, excellent. We should go home. Lower Manhattan North Station is up there. I want the Center Station. That's where my home is. So a couple more days like that, and I'll be able to afford my own car. That'll be very nice. I'm not in a hurry to get my own car. Comes with its own expenses. It's obviously upfront expenses, but then you gotta fix it if you damage it. I probably will. And you know, if I need to move around places, at least halfway I can use the delivery vans. So that's kind of free. The subway is very cheap, $3, and you don't have to worry about any traffic and stuff. It's very good. So I'm okay with that. But I wanted to make sure we at least had one successful business day by the end of this very long video, and we did. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. We're coming back for the next one. We can expand this business, hopefully, and we now at least are making okay money from a business. It's very nice stuff. Take it easy. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.